Will the heroes of the DC universe fall into war and disarray before they can ever unite to stop Darkseid and the Undead Plague? Well, let's hop into the pages of Dceased, War of the Undead Gods, issue number 4, and find out together, shall we? So then, as we rejoin the story, we actually get to check back on in with Alfred Pennyworth. You'll remember that one of the interesting subplots of this brand new installment in the Dceased series is actually getting to explore the poor butler's survivor's guilt. You'll remember that Alfred was forced to gun down zombified members of the Bat family before he ever knew there was a chance at a cure, and understandably that fact is eating him up inside. On the happier side of things, though, we discover that in the intervening years, Alfred and Leslie Tompkins actually shacked up with each other. How about that? That's one of those ideas that seems so obvious on paper, and yet the main universe comics never even actually winked in that direction, though it's implied maybe by Leslie herself that Batman's whole crusade against crime was in many ways Alfred's too. Oh, he might appear prim and proper on the surface, and he is, but below there's a lot of bubbling rage that's only gotten worse. Damian comes to visit the couple. It's actually his first time figuring this out as well. At first they think they should lie to him, but then they realize, oh no, wait, he's still the greatest detective on Earth, there's no point. Damian is very happy for both of them, by the way, but he comes here with a heavy heart because today he's shipping out with the rest of the heroes to go to Oa and talk about what they're gonna do next about Darkseid and the Anti-Life Plague. At first, Alfred actually tries to talk Damian out of going, saying that he's lost too many sons already and he couldn't live with himself if something bad happened to Damian, but as the new Batman explains, nowhere in the universe is safe now, and even if he doesn't think that he can kill an undead god, he still has to try because, well, that's just the Batman thing to do. Alfred then actually changes his tone in a way I was really not expecting, saying that if Master Damian still wants to go and fight this undead plague, then while he's on Oa, he should pick Alfred up a weapon so he can join the fight. You know, nothing too big, a lantern ring, something that'll do a lot of damage and make him feel like he's not useless. Damian says that Alfred has never been useless and that he's every bit as important to the legacy of Batman as his father was, and if Bruce was still alive today, he would probably be very proud of the butler for refusing to lay down and give up. Now out in space, we see the next poor planet that finds itself in the crosshairs of Darkseid and the zombie army. Turns out it's the planet home of Maxima, the famous warrior woman who was always trying to earn the love of Superman and whose planet is made up entirely of soldiers who she actually sends away for their own safety. Maxima and her new queen Prima actually vow to stay behind and protect the planet even if it means sacrificing their own lives. Prima's actually a fairly new character too, from 2020 in Steve Orlando's Wonder Woman book, so it's actually really cool to see her show up right here, right now. Prima and Maxima do ultimately end up falling in battle, but not before having an absolute drag-out match with the Forever People. Ultimately, though, nothing seems to be quite able to stop the undead march of zombie Yellow Lantern Darkseid and his army. In fact, in a very interesting wrinkle, it's heavily implied that zombie Darkseid may not be nearly as mindless as he seems, and all the different planets, about 12 in total, that he's destroyed, he did so strategically to turn the population. Now, on Oa, the Guardians, the Green Lantern Corps, and the rest of the United Superheroes are finally in one place to talk shop. And unfortunately, the prognosis is not good. Darkseid and the Anti-Life Plague continue to spread from world to world, their numbers ballooning ever bigger. Ganthet and Brainiac both agree that the only way out of this situation is to find a way to absolutely annihilate Darkseid and his army, despite the fact that Superman and the people of Earth say that's not necessary because they found a cure. This moral debate ends up completely splintering the entire room into different sides. Team kill 'em all and let God sort 'em out, and team we gotta be better than the flesh-hungry undead monsters that are currently darkening our door. Things get so bad and so heated, Superman actually ends up punching Ganthet. Much to Guy Gardner's glee, I should probably add. You might also be thinking to yourself, geez, how selfish are the superheroes? The universe itself is in danger, and here they are fighting amongst themselves. This is really out of character. Well, guess what? There's actually a reason for it. In the last issue, we saw that Ares, the god of war, has taken a particular interest in this war of undead gods, and it seems that he's the one actually filling everyone's hearts and minds with warmongering anger. Damian, forever being the detective, actually manages to clock this. It's not like he can defeat Ares on his own, though, but maybe he won't have to, as very unlikely reinforcements end up making the scene. I'm of course talking about the fifth-dimensional imp mr.mxlxypx, who apparently says that no one is going to be hurting Superman so long as he's around. And here you thought zombies were the worst thing everyone had to deal with before the comic comes to a close. universe. And so that was Dceased, War of the Undead Gods, issue number 4, everybody. And once again, I absolutely love what Tom Taylor has managed to do with what started as a very simple zombie movie but with superhero setup. Basically, Dceased has allowed itself to become this almost perfect narrative machine where they can pretty much go in any direction you want. You want big climactic space battles with zombies? We can do that. Do you want to tell smaller, more intimate stories about tragedy, loss, and survivor's guilt? Hey, we can do that too, and it absolutely fits the genre. And just when I thought the series might be running low on gas or maybe having to wind down soon, Tom Taylor reminds us, oh yeah, we also got fifth dimensional imps and basically a whole bunch of other corners of the DC universe I haven't even touched yet. Meaning that if they play their cards right, Dceased is a series that maybe never has to end. Overall, I'd give this one another very positive 8 out of 10. Just when I think I know what this series is going to do, just when I think it's in a rut, they end up completely upending everything and going in a totally different direction, and I love that.
Hey there everyone, Kate Joel again, and I just want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. It means a lot to me. And hey, if you enjoyed the book I covered in this issue and want some comics of your own, might I recommend Book Depository? It's my #1 place for shopping for comic book trades. You get a great price, and if you use my link down in the description, you'll actually be helping me out at the same time. You get something, I get something, everybody wins, right? So until next time everyone, I've been Joel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.